Of mistreatment, and some of the best choirs in Missouri make their way to Carthage to compete in Soundfest 2025. KOAM News at 10 next. Now at 10, a nonprofit animal rescue in Joplin faces community backlash and a surprise inspection over alleged conditions. Plus, Missouri troopers discover a man 7 hours after crashing his car to avoid a deer. And Pitt State takes a trip back in time with a look at a more than 100-year-old printing process.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A nonprofit animal rescue in Joplin is facing community backlash over alleged conditions. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Anthony Saviello. On social media, photos from former employees of Golden Paw's Pet Rescue are being shared showing expired food and animals covered in feces. It prompted a surprise inspection from the Missouri Department of Agriculture. The owner of Golden Paw says both her and the business have received an overwhelming amount of hate.
Most of the time when we went to them and said, hey, there's an issue, we got the answer of, we're a rescue. We're nonprofit. We can only do what we can do.
Do we have problems here? Yes, we do. We have 60-year-old buildings that are always falling apart. I have a house that's falling apart, and they need work.
Golden Paw says the inspector from the Missouri Department of Agriculture found no abuse or neglect. Following their inspection, Golden Paw was issued a letter of warning due to the violations. You can learn more on our website, KOAMNewsNow.com. Joplin SWAT secures a residence in the Parr Hill Park neighborhood. It happened this morning at a home at 1714 South Connecticut Avenue. After SWAT secured the residence, the occupants came outside with their hands up. Authorities detained several individuals. No injuries were reported. An outside agency executed a warrant related to an ongoing investigation. Carthage police confirmed the warrant was related to their current homicide investigation of Johnny Ray Garcia. Well, authorities discovered the driver of a crash this morning, though the crash happened last night. During the evening, the driver swerved to miss a deer just east of CR 160 in rural Carl Junction and crashed his car. During the night, he managed to crawl out of the trunk but was not able to make it to the road due to his injuries. Troopers say despite the man's injuries, he was alert and talking. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for a first look at weather.
Well, we had a very warm day today. Temperatures are now dropping down into the 50s, although tonight we are getting down into the mid-30s. So we've got a little ways to go before we hit our overnight low. Winds are starting to lighten up as well. We hit wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour earlier today, but winds are going to be pretty light as we head into Saturday, only gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour. You can see how these temperatures are going to continue to fall by 11 p.m., getting down to about 50 degrees, but our overnight low isn't hitting until early Saturday morning, Now we are still in a slight ridge. We have that low pressure system moving into the area. That's going to be hitting us on Sunday. So until then, we're just going to be dealing with mild temperatures. We're back down to where we should be this time of year, back into the 50s, mid to lower 50s. And then we have rain chances starting on Sunday with more to come, but I'm going to have those details coming up.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. Since December last year, Galesburg, Kansas Fire Department has received a few grants and donations to help them better serve the community. Most recently, they received a donation from Trident Rescue LLC, a water supply company. They donated $10,000 worth of equipment, gear, towards water rescue response, something the volunteer fire department lacks. They're planning to get their firefighters trained this summer so they can use the equipment and respond to water-related emergencies.
Lakes have froze over, but they've maybe not froze over enough that they're safe to walk on. Somebody could walk out there, fall through, and then it would be an ice rescue situation at that time. So the equipment that we got will allow us.
They received water rescue helmets, special boots, and more that will help them respond to water-related emergencies. Well, Pitt State took a trip back in time today. University personnel got a chance to show off a 116-year-old printing process. It's part of a project the university is working on to present to the National Council of Public History Conference in March. The project is reproducing some of the historic little blue books by using the originals plates from special collections.
They're just really lovely machines, and it's great that we've had them. They're older, so it's good that we're still using them, that they're in workable condition, that we're able to print the printing plates that we have on them and use them still, both the plates and the machines. I think that's all pretty fantastic.
Between 300 and 500 million little blue books were published out of Girard, Kansas between 1919 and 1978. Well, Camp Soar Optimist enjoyed some good food and good laughs for a good cause today. The camp celebrated its 9th annual Comedy for Camp fundraiser at the Harry M. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. The event served as a fun way to raise funds to support the area foster program.
So tonight is just a good night of clean, wholesome comedy. So we want you to come laugh for a good cause. We are going to have comedian Karen Morgan. She's nationally touring coast to coast, and so we're so lucky to have her stop right here in Joplin. We have a live auction, a silent auction, gift card grabs, and then a golden ticket. So there's lots of ways that you can get involved and have fun.
Camp Soar Optimist is a week-long summer camp for children between the ages of 8 and 14 in the Jasper County foster system. It has been held for more than 40 years. A Miami nonprofit serves up a tasty fundraiser to benefit public schools. That story is coming up, but up first.
Students are starting to make up snow days from previous weather conditions. I'm Lonnie Walton. I spoke to the superintendent in Arma about how they're doing. Stick around, I have the details coming up.
As you can imagine, many schools were out due to the weather last week, but what about the students who have 4-day school weeks? We spoke with the superintendent of Arma on how the district plans to address this. KOAM's Lonnie Walton has more.
We have 3 snow days embedded in our calendar, and we are making up all 3.
Ray Streeter is the superintendent of Northeast USD 264. He says he's been busy working because snow days are bringing more days.
Okay, we are going to make up those days on Mondays. Since we don't have school on Mondays, that gives us some freedom to utilize some Mondays through the next couple of months to add a day, so our students and teachers will go for 5 days instead of 4.
Although students missed 6 days, Streeter says the state only requires them to make up half.
We made up one this week. We'll make up one on March 31st, and we'll make up another one on April the 28th. And then the state will forgive the other 3.
Although some schools in the 4 states make up school online, the superintendent here says in person it's just better.
I'm not a huge fan of remote learning. I just think the best instruction is when the kids are in seat.
Some people have enjoyed being out during the snow days, according to a couple of grandparents.
They love the snow. They love being out and playing in it. Especially just the snow days.
And not only that, Streeter says parents have been fine with all the changes in the school schedules.
I have not heard anything negative, thankfully, at this point.
Reporting in Arma, Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
We also reached out to Joplin High School, which has 5-day school days, but they say they have no plans of making up snow days due to online learning and the strategic days of this year's calendar. Well, the War Dog Enrichment Foundation in Miami held their Blue Dinner event to support Miami Public Schools. The dinner helps provide scholarships to students in the Miami School District, as well as teachers with grants to support educators in the classroom. Apart from the dinner, a silent auction was available for people to bid on items like Chiefs tickets and concert tickets. The War Dog Enrichment Foundation was given out around $60,000 to each one of their school sites.
We fill the gap for our kids that the state and federal funding can't provide. If it's enriching for the kids, we're able to provide that. We do field trips, we do STEM activities, we provide speakers to come in, historical items to come in so that they can learn about different history. And just if it's enriching for our kids, we try to provide that and kind of fill that gap.
Tickets to the dinner were $50 for the public and $30 for teachers. Today, the kids from George Nettles Elementary hit the pavement in celebration for this year's fundraising success. The kiddos have been busy raising money for their end-of-year field trip to the Springfield Zoo, along with other school activities. Each grade level got an hour to walk and celebrate their accomplishments. If you're a sneakerhead, then you may be a fan of this. The Sew Quilt Happy Company in Nevada, Missouri is offering the chance for people to quilt their own sneakers. This two-day class for beginners teaches them how to quilt fabric, sew on binding, and construct shoes.
It gives people a new skill set, and it's just fun, and people will be like, hey, those are cute shoes, where'd you get them? And you can have pride in saying, oh, I made them, and they're always just shocked. They're like, oh my gosh, you made them?
8 people showed up for today's class. Lindsay returns with a full look at your weekend weather, and a little later, junior high school choirs from across the Show Me State head to the Carthage Soundfest competition to make their voices heard.
Well, it's finally Friday and it was a beautiful day, sunny, temperatures in the 70s. Let's go ahead and take a look outside downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. We've got mostly clear skies tonight. Winds are still gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour, but they are lightening up as we head into the overnight hours. Now, our trend has been pretty warm. Yesterday we got into the mid 60s. Overnight low only got down to about 39, 38 degrees. And then our high today got up to mid to upper 70s. We even reached 76, which was, really nice. We've been loving it. Now, we did have a cold front, a dry front that came in earlier today, and it dropped. It's going to be dropping our temperatures as we head into Saturday, getting down into the low to mid 50s. But we're warming right back up Sunday and Monday. Now, we don't have a lot going on today or even tomorrow. It's going to be mostly clear. We have some clouds moving in tomorrow. Winds pick up a little bit on Saturday, but overall, it is going to be a pretty mild day. By midnight tonight, getting down to, again, just then hitting 50. Now, again, our overnight low getting down to the mid to upper 30s. And then we're having this northerly breeze that keeps us a bit cooler. So we're only getting down to up to 53 degrees in Joplin, 55 in Miami, 57 in Parsons. And then we have a little bit of a warm front kind of push through on Sunday. Bring in some clouds in the area earlier in the afternoon. We're also going to see winds picking up to about 40, 45 miles per hour again. And we had a red flag warning today. We're likely going to see one on Sunday ahead of the rain chances that start to move in. So we have a little bit of a rain shower pushing in. This is from our very first low pressure system. We're watching 2 that are moving in this weekend and next week. So our very first one bringing some rain showers out in Oklahoma and then mostly south of I-44. Though we could still see some sprinkles kind of throughout the entire area, as we can see. Now that warm front moves in first. This is about 5 a.m. on Monday morning. We've got overcast skies through most of the morning and afternoon on Monday. Then we have another cold front coming through on Tuesday. So let's look at these winds. As we head into Sunday afternoon, remember we're in that southerly breeze, which we're still pretty dry. We've got dry fuels on Sunday because we haven't seen any rain yet. And then these winds out of the south gusting to 45 miles per hour, likely going to see that red flag warning. Now, as we go into Monday, another wind gusts increase, especially out in the south. We've already just gotten some rain there from Sunday night, so we likely won't see as bad of a red flag warning threat on Monday. So you can see temperatures are a little bit warmer on Sunday as well, and we have those late showers. So let's get right into it. We've got our Tuesday system. This is our big low pressure system, bringing in some showers late Monday and into Tuesday morning. However, our severe threat is going to be mostly isolated down to south of I-44. All of us could see some thunderstorm development, and then it clears out pretty quick. That's going to be mostly in the morning on Tuesday. Some thunderstorms, but really just going to be some heavy rain clearing out by Tuesday afternoon. Now a cooler day on Wednesday and Thursday, a few more rain shower chances on Friday, and then we're back to 70-degree weather next weekend.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. If you're looking for events in the 4 states but don't know where to turn, we've got you covered. Just scan this QR code and go straight to the events page of our website. Find fun family events in the area, anywhere, anytime, KOAMnewsnow.com/events. Some of the best choirs in Missouri made their way to Carthage for Soundfest 2025, a competition that promises music, energy, and show-stopping performances. KOAM's photojournalist Ty Parks got a front row seat for this pitch-perfect event.
Tomorrow you get your pick, and it's time for us to leave her.
So for this weekend in particular, it is a lot of legwork up front. We have been prepping for this for the last 2 or 3 months, but really the big work started last night. We were here till almost midnight getting stuff set up in our gymnasium, and then tonight we'll have a junior high round with about 10 groups, and tomorrow we feature our high school choirs for 15. So it is definitely, it's a very 4 to 6 month process to get ready. We have to book people to bring in equipment since we perform in our gymnasium, and it takes a lot of prep work on the front end to get this thing up and running.
Sweet dreams are made of this.
Show choir, I like to explain it as like a mini musical. It's like a 20-minute Broadway musical. It can be themed. Sometimes people just put 5 or 6 songs together they like. Sometimes they tell a story. But it is singing and dancing and acting. It's kind of a triple threat all rolled into one, but it only lasts about 20 minutes.
Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused.
Since I was little, music's been such a special part of my life. My whole family just introduced me to music at such a young age. And in watching the older kids come to the elementary schools and perform for show choir, it just always seemed like something that I would really, really enjoy. And I never felt like I could do it. It felt like something almost not reachable and impossible to do. And trying out that first year and getting to be a part of it has just been so amazing, and every year my passion grows for it more.
The biggest part of our program, yes, we sing and dance and we make music, but more than anything, we want to make sure our kids have skills when they leave us and go out into the real world, that they can be successful humans and be contributing members to society.
In case you missed out on today's competition, you can still catch the high school competition, which takes place tomorrow at the Carthage High School. Still ahead, Pitt State and Missouri Southern baseball are on the road looking to stay ranked, and New Heights and Diamond boys basketball square off in the Class 3 District 12 championship. John Dale says those stories and more up next in sports.
Tonight in Missouri, we've got 3 separate boys basketball district championship games that feature our local teams. We start with Class 3 District 12 Championship. Top-seeded New Heights takes on 3 seed in the host school Diamond. We pick it up late second quarter. Wildcats down 5. Giancarlo Martinez spots up for 3, and he drains it. Diamond pulls to within 2. Right before halftime now, Ben Schumacher open from beyond the arc. His triple, nothing but net. Cougars lead by 9 at the break, but Diamond comes out of the halftime locker room with its hair on fire. Caden Patterson muscles his way inside. This caps off a 6-0 run. Cougars, though, they're defending district champs. They would respond like champions. Early fourth quarter, Logan Decker pokes the ball free, and he finds Jace Walker with a no-look pass. New Heights up by 7. Little bit later in the fourth, Schumacher finds Decker. He finishes off the fast break with an acrobatic layup. And New Heights boys basketball repeats as district champions. The Cougars take down Diamond. Final score, 63-52. And over to the Class 3 District 11 title game. Lamar boys basketball is also a district champion. Tigers take down Stockton 41-38. They will advance to the Class 3 sectionals, where they'll face New Heights on Monday. And Macaulay Catholic boys basketball is a district champion as well this evening. Warriors take down Lockwood 39-32 in the Class 1 District 5 title game. They'll face Drexel in sectionals on Monday. And it's a beautiful day for baseball here in the 4 states. Both of our local college teams, they're on the road though in MIAA country. Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern both are ranked inside the top 25 in the most recent national polls. Pittsburgh State is the number 20 team in the country. The Gorillas, they go on the road to play 4th-ranked Central Missouri. Gorillas score the first 4 runs of this one, but they end up losing 11-6. PSU's ace, Maddox Thornton, he picks up his first loss of the year while allowing 7 earned runs through 4 2/3 innings of work. Over in Topeka, number 12 Missouri Southern baseball pays a visit to Washburn. Lions lose this one 14-6. Southern's ace, Cole Gaiman, picks up his first loss of the year. He goes just 4 innings, allowing 7 earned runs. All of them were in the 3rd. Lions try to bounce back tomorrow afternoon. First pitch is at 1. Switching gears to college softball, Pittsburgh State is in Shawnee, taking part in the Top Gun Invite. Gorillas have a doubleheader to get their weekend started. They win the first one, 6-4, the final score against Southwest Baptist. Then they win the second one as well, 8-4 over Rockhurst is the final score. Gorillas have now won 5 games in a row. Missouri Southern softball, they're over in Branson, taking part in the Showtime tournament. Lions lose their first game of the weekend, 6-4 to Truman State. Game 2, though, Missouri Southern starting pitcher Kiki Pickens, she throws a no-hitter, and the Lions take down Truman State 1-0. And if you're keeping track at home now, you combine Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State, they've thrown 3 no-hitters through less than a month into the softball season. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. We had those 2 no-hitters, was it last week?
Yeah, last week for Pittsburgh State.
And it's always fun to see when something like that happens. Yeah. That's a look at sports. We're right back after this.
Well, the rest of the weekend is going to be a bit cooler. Low 50s on Saturday, low 60s on Sunday. It gets a little windy on Sunday, plus some PM rain showers. And then on Monday, a few sprinkles, but we have another system moving in Monday night and into Tuesday morning that could result in a few thunderstorms, but severe threat is going to be limited. And then we're back to cooler weather for the rest of the week.
All right, Lizzie, thanks. It's the end of an era. Kingda Ka, one of the tallest and fastest roller coasters in the world, is now a pile of rubble after it was imploded at New Jersey's Six Flags Great Adventure this morning. Kingda Ka launched riders to a top speed of 128 miles per hour and has carried more than 12 million riders since it opened in 2005. Six Flags retired the coaster to make room for new rides. So goodbye to Kingda Ka, unfortunately. Final sports note for us.
Well, tomorrow, Pittsburgh State basketball has senior day, and it's a chance for the Gorillas ladies to win the outright MIAA regular season championship. They've already won at least a share of it. If they win tomorrow, they're outright champions.
Let's best of luck to them. Of course. See if they can do it. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a great night.